Hello, my name is Prime, and welcome back to ATS Showcases, and today we are here in Montana, more specifically Lewistown, and we're going to haul some grain today over to Miles City, a short delivery, but one that I think will be quite nice because we are driving a W900, hauling a B-double configuration of the Load King grain hopper trailers, quite obviously, as we are hauling grain today. This wonderful paint job indeed. It's nice early in the morning, well, early-ish in the morning here in Montana, so as the day rolls on here, hopefully the lighting gets a little bit nicer for all the chrome and black on this truck, but overall it looks very good to me. But arguably the star of the show today is the CAT 3406B straight pipe engine mod, which is available for free on the Steam Workshop, so I'll have the link for that down in the description below. However, it sounds absolutely fantastic, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get this W900 started up and get on the road. Absolutely fantastic. Let's go ahead and hop on the inside and get rolling. Hopefully everyone's doing well. I certainly am. Great to be back here in ATS and great to be back with a proper engine mod. Another Slav Jerry absolute masterpiece here with the 3406B. For those who have been around a little bit around the channel or maybe have seen the video more recently, I did the B or E version, sorry, of the CAT 3406 line of engine. Another fantastic engine mod and one that I would highly recommend checking out as well. Once again, free on the Steam Workshop. But I saw this, the B configuration, and I wanted to see what it was all about. So the engine in this W900 today is, well, the 3406B. However, it is the 525 horsepower variant. So pretty powerful indeed, but I think it's going to be a very good matching for this W900, and I had to come back to the W900. I mean, it is what I'll class as the king of the road. It is absolutely fantastic. I have always enjoyed the truck, and I mean, this combination just works. Every time I want to drive a W900 like this, the Load King Prestige trailers are just fantastic, especially with the black livery. It just looks so good indeed. I can't really tell because of the bus if we're clear on that side, but I think we're just going to wing it. So without further ado, let's listen to this engine mod before I start talking a little bit more. Absolutely fantastic. Always love a good engine mod, and especially a CAT engine. They always just, the CAT engines, especially by Slav Jerry, they've done a fantastic job with all the sound design for it. It is absolutely fantastic. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend all of Slav Jerry's actually engine mods, which you can find on the Steam Workshop. They are all highly rated. Very popular as well, so once again, do recommend it. I'm supposed to go left. Oh, Prime Simulation blunder, and I'm in the straight lane, but because I'm in the straight lane, I'm going to do the, not what you're supposed to do, and turn left anyways. Even though there was a red light turn signal there. Oh, classic. Wouldn't be an episode without it, right? Nah, wouldn't be an episode without it anyways. Let's talk a little bit about American Truck Simulator as this engine rumbles in the background, and we'll get some other chances here. Hopefully once we get up to some speed, I will get the Jake brake going here as well because it is fantastic once again with the engine mod. We've got some news. We've got some news more recently here in ATS and over the last week between the previous ATS showcase and, well, this one that you're watching now. An ambulance, what are you doing there, bud? Don't know what he was thinking. Big rig coming down the road with, I don't know, hundreds of, well, I'm pretty sure it's around 80,000 pounds. Oh no, 30,000 pounds worth of cargo. Well, we'll class it probably about 80,000 pounds worth of truck and trailer. Coming towards you and you're just gonna pull out. That's safety, public safety there for you. Anyways, news around ATS. First off, earlier in the week, we had a blog post on the Missouri DLC. A DLC that we really haven't had anything on yet, and in fact, besides the confirmation blog post, as far as I remember, the St. Joseph blog post, which we had earlier in the week, was the first blog post on Missouri that's more detailed. So that was great to see, and St. Joseph may not be a city that a lot of people think is more of a popular city. However, it is very important, and it's going to play a pretty important role in the Missouri DLC, considering its location to Kansas, if I am correct. It is very, very close to the border, so it's going to be very interesting to see how that one plays out, and to be honest, to see how the Missouri DLC plays out in general with blog posts. Obviously, it's just going to take some time. It's in very early stages of development, and once again, if I remember correctly, there were placeholder different items basically in the screenshots, so different depots or buildings had just placed, some of them had basic placeholder versions, so that's kind of an interesting sense there. So there were only a few screenshots within it, but it was great to see a blog post on the Missouri DLC. Great to see that it is in development and seemingly looking very good, even though there were some placeholders in there. Everything is just starting to come together with that DLC, or at least to the public eye, which is great to see once again. And then more recently, we had a blog post on the Nebraska DLC, the next DLC here for ATS, and one that we are hoping will release quite soon, or at least I am. I am very much hoping that the Nebraska DLC gets some form of confirmation sooner than later. And let's see, get some engine braking very quickly. We'll get a better shot here on the next leg of the journey here. Hopefully the next stop sign. I wasn't paying attention, to be honest, in the GPS that much, so I didn't prep for that as much as I should. But we'll go ahead and roll through here. Hopefully no car comes flying out of the distance. Doesn't look like it, so I think we're fine. However, Nebraska DLC, one that hopefully we're coming soon, the blog post was on the art within the DLC. Some would say it's maybe not a blog post that they want to see. They want to know more about cities or so on. On the other side, there is also the immense amount of detail that goes into the current standard of SES software DLCs, and it is fantastic to see the different art that is within it. Some of them more discreet, and some of them pretty explicit in the design, and of course locations as well. There were a lot of screenshots of blog posts, within the blog post, there were a bunch of screenshots of art that were on the side of buildings, as per, well, what a lot of the art is, or actually I'm pretty sure all of it was. However, some of them were more focal point, shall we say, pieces, one that you want to grab attention, and some of them were more just part of the design. So it's cool to see the differences there, more modern and some historical pieces as well. And it just really adds charm and character to the DLC, makes it more realistic overall. But I was just really happy to have it as a blog post on the Nebraska DLC. As we continue to get more and more of them, it means that we're getting ever more closer to the release of the Nebraska DLC. Although I am still expecting it to be a little bit more in the future here, it is still getting a lot closer, at least in my opinion, and what my hope is at least. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how things go, and it's only, I guess it's just a hope for the best situation. I don't know about you guys, but for the last little while, I've been noticing some interesting loading distances. So I'm going to have to check my settings just to make sure something hasn't changed, because I find it odd. I've never really noticed it for a while, but for whatever reason, I'm noticing loading distances. For example, things are just kind of popping into the future more than they always used to, at least in my knowledge, unless if it's just because this is technically a newer discovered road and it's just doing that and I normally don't think of it. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to have to double check my graphics settings, because unless if something has changed in an update or a mod is maybe causing it, which it shouldn't be, because full transparency, there are more mods in this profile than what I am showcasing today, although they're not supposed to be active there within the profile. So there is a potential that there could be some things that just aren't, you know, the way that they should be in terms of mods. Basically, my current profile has a bunch of Slavgeri engine mods, which shouldn't be the problem, including the one, of course, I'm using today, and that is linked down below. But I do also have a couple other mods that are just active in the profile, but not being utilized. They're other truck and vehicle mods, so it shouldn't be an issue whatsoever. However, sometimes things happen and you never know. But it could be just a freak thing at times because, for example, actually well, detail on that Kenworth that just went by us kind of popped in a little bit more, but maybe that's just me paying attention to it. Maybe if I weren't paying attention to it, I wouldn't really notice. But we're cruising along quite well here, bouncing around in the Kenworth. It's a lovely ride, this truck. Big king of the road, as I've mentioned before. But the engine mod, that rumble of a cat is just so good. I've always enjoyed, especially the W900, but pairing it was a very good engine mod, whether that's a Cummins, let's say N14, or a cat. Just choose one, basically. There's been a bunch of great engine mods that I've run through this truck in particular, and they just make the truck feel more realistic. It's pretty clear that the default engine sounds in ATS, although are good, nowhere near the same level as these engine mods. So for a free edition that normally doesn't cause any performance issues, that's for sure, highly recommend it. Even if you're not a fan of mods, it's completely free on the Steam Workshop, so you're not downloading it from any sketchy site. Very easy to add to your profile. If you're newer to modding, or using mods I should say, I highly recommend starting at least with just a basic kind of plug and play engine mod. They're just really good. Let's use some engine braking. Not too bad, not too bad at all. The 18-speed transmission in the truck today is a little bit of a buzzkill in terms of the jake brake. I will not lie about that one because it kind of forces the hand on the shifting a little bit just because of the gear ratios, but it does not disappoint on the acceleration and upshifting though, however, because it sounds really good. I just had to stop talking there for a bit. I know, at sometimes I am talking a lot in a video. That is kind of a bit, well, in many ways it's the style, and thank you to everyone who does enjoy it and suffer through some of the days, depending on how it goes. But I understand that, especially when I'm doing engine mods, you want to hear the sound mod, and some of the sound mods are a little bit better at transferring the sound across while I'm talking over it, and some of them aren't. So I think today, from my experience with past cat engine mods, should be pretty good to hear it in the background. It is a pretty full engine mod, shall we say, in terms of sound, and one that I think you'll notice just fine in the video, and I'll do my best to make sure you notice it just fine in the video, but I want to make sure I stop and let the sounds do the talking at times. But there's a lot of cool things coming here around the channel. I've got a few other really unique opportunities and some different style of things coming here as well. It's just a lot happening. There's a lot of things I've been working on for a long time. For those who have been around for a little while, watching videos, I've been talking about big changes coming soon, and they just never really happen right away. Well, I can say that they are coming very, very soon now. Things have just been delayed because of things happening outside of YouTube, but now that things outside of YouTube have calmed down a little bit, things can be, my time can be reshuffled a little bit, and for the better of the channel. So keep an eye out here around the channel for some different things coming. I think things that hopefully you guys will enjoy. I know I will certainly enjoy, so I mean, I don't like to just, you know, come across as all rude, but I'm just saying if I enjoy it, so hopefully you enjoy it as well, because it's going to be happening. I take your input very seriously, but at the end of the day, I do enjoy what I do here on the channel. This is a passion of mine, as some would call it a hobby, but also it is just a full-on obsession at times. I really enjoy what I do, so I'm going to enjoy making the content that I enjoy making, and I sure hope that you guys can enjoy as well. But of course, your feedback is much appreciated and required as well. I always want to know what you guys are thinking, and so I do appreciate all the feedback, positive or negative. I do appreciate it, so I can try and improve and also see what you guys enjoy watching. There's plenty of different people from plenty of different backgrounds and lots of different interests as well, so I always try and make a bit of a balance. Obviously, I can't please everyone, shall I say, but I can do my best, and that's what I always will try to do. And I just gotta go from there. And I am not turning here. I'm not gonna make that mistake a couple times in the video. I don't really want to do that. I always love a good chrome and black configuration of a truck. It's just a classic look, and the Load King trailers just look really good. There's no way to put around or to kind of step around it. I really love the Load King trailer pack. It is fantastic. I'm not trying to sell you on stuff, by the way, here. I'm just saying, as a person who uses it a lot and also sees it a lot as a North American, I really like to see it. I love the pairing with the W900. It just looks right. That's the best way I could say it. It just looks right. The black livery as well. There's a couple different options, and of course you can do your custom colors and stuff. But I really like the different black looks for the trailers. It once again just makes it look really good. The trailers just blends with pretty much any configuration you want, but they just look really good. I'm gonna say it multiple times, but it's true. And you pair it with a paint skin like this on the W900, the black, the white, chrome. Can't really go wrong if you ask me. I'm gonna do some fun other colors on trucks very soon. Kind of do more almost show truck-like colors, but just have some fun with it. More of a custom truck, quote-unquote, kind of design to it. I'm gonna just do some different things as well, so it's not always, you know, a blue, a black, a white, a red. Those are the colors that you'll generally see around here, partly because it's my style, but also they're some of the most popular colors out there, and especially configurations of trucks as well. I don't know about maybe you, the viewer, but as a person now that's doing a lot of content creation, having to come up with the different ideas, when I'm out in public or driving around, I'm looking at transports in different fleet configurations to decide what should I do a video on, which may sound crazy, but it is true. It's the honest truth. Oh man, that slowed down quite a bit. Lots of weight here in the truck, so it's slows down pretty quick if you let off the gas. And where's my delivery point? Oh, it looks like it's over here, so I'm gonna swing out and around. There's a nice easy drop off today. I don't know why we're just dumping the grain, I guess, in the middle of the parking lot, but to each their own. They can scoop it up, I guess, or scoop it out of, well, I guess it wouldn't be out of the trailer. I don't know how they managed to do it, but overall, what a wonderful delivery, wonderful truck, great engine mod. Let's shut it down. Sounds mighty fine to me. Thank you all so much for watching. What a fantastic episode. Great to be back here in ATS. Great to be covering another fantastic engine mod, and of course driving the W900 along the way. Comment down below if you have any other suggestions for me. Maybe it's different mods, maybe different trucks, maybe it's a different game even. Let me know what you think. I'm always open to suggestions. Thank you all once again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.